For many parents today, handing a child an iPad or turning on YouTube is the standard baseline for securing 20 minutes of quiet. But one household has spent the last 7 years running a very different experiment, starting when their daughter was just 6 months old. They rely entirely on a smart speaker. There are no screens, no cartoon shows, and no video apps, just the child's voice and Alexa answering back. Removing all of this visual entertainment from a toddler's environment sounds like a recipe for total chaos. However, the absence of screens in this home doesn't leave an empty void. It deliberately clears room for a completely different type of cognitive development. We often assume that any time a child interacts with a digital device, their brain processes the input in the exact same way. Look at this data mapping a child's cognitive state. With video content, rapid cuts and bright colors caused brain activity to erupt into sensory overload. Remove visual stimuli, leaving torvided audio, and the activity settles into a steady, rhythmic, continuous wave. Video delivers a finished product to the eyes, leaving the brain in a reactive, passive state. Audio is incomplete information. The brain must actively work to build its own mental imagery to make sense of the sound. This internal effort explains the different neural responses. Passive video consumption creates a neurological trap that trains a child to sit and absorb. Audio forces the brain into an active state of processing. This active processing relies on the voice and response loop. The physical act of a child formulating a question and speaking it out loud requires them to actively construct language and sequence their thoughts logically. Then comes the wait time. The brief pause while the smart speaker processes and answers demands patience and sharpens a child's focus. Because the speaker provides no pictures, the child's brain has to do the internal work of translating spoken facts into mental imagery, which naturally expands both vocabulary and imagination. By requiring speech and visualization, the audio loop turns a simple speaker into a tool for cognitive work. Putting this into practice requires a few distinct daily anchors. In the morning, you and your child ask the smart speaker one general knowledge question to prime their brain for the day. Transit time also shifts. Instead of staring out the window in boredom or watching a tablet in the back seat, car rides are repurposed into a dedicated curiosity session. This is when a child can ask questions about their environment and biology, exploring things like why it rains or how fish breathe underwater. Finally, the evening wind-down routine replaces high dopamine YouTube videos with a calming, audio-only story to prepare the mind for rest. Integrating these specific audio triggers into natural daily transitions creates a consistent environment of active inquiry without demanding intensive parental supervision. Over 7 years, this strict audio diet has proven its effectiveness by significantly boosting the child's focus and vocabulary. So here is a measurable challenge. Try replacing exactly one passive screen session this week with an active audio session. The goal is to deliberately curate how a child's brain interacts with the devices already in the home. Providing a child with the quiet space to listen and speak builds a resilient, engaged, and deeply imaginative mind.